of the year. And it's still 2023. Unless you're seeing this at another time, which is very possible, because it's nearly the end. It's nearly the end of the year. And lots of things have happened. And very little of it's been good. Hello, happy December 31st. Thank you very much, Arafingo, and all the other people here. This is very much the worst. If I can make another verse about the terrible, terrible world, the terrible year. If you're here, are you still here? Not everybody is. I suppose that we are, maybe, possibly. Anyway, it's nearly 2024. Wow. 2024. It's nearly 2024. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Oh my gosh. What have been the highlights of this year? Have there been any? I don't know. Things that have been on. Doctor Who, yay! Saltburn, Barbie, woo! And Oppenheimer, a bit problematic. Things have happened in the world. Yo, Karen. Hey! I was actually invited to a party, but they never got back to me. So now I'm just here hanging out with you, and you're with me. And I assume you're in the same position. All the people that are here, all three of you. Everyone else has got things on, but we haven't. Hello, Fox. That's four of us that are just here hanging out, and that's good. Yes, did the storm cause you any trouble? I tell you what, I woke up in the middle of the night. The thing is, the room I'm in, there's an attic extension at the top, so I'm sort of in the roof, but not quite. I'm sort of below the roof. So I woke up, and I was like, I didn't even know there was a storm, but it was like, oh my God, I thought something was crashing on the roof. It was so loud, it was so loud, it was just like, I was like, and it lasted a couple of minutes. I thought, what on earth? I got woken up by it. And yeah, chilling. Yeah, let's chill. And it was horrible. And I don't know what it was. I think it must have been hailstorms or something. I didn't know anything. I thought I'll probably look up to see if there's a storm. And then I went back to sleep. And there was a storm. Was it Geralt? Something like that. The Witcher. It was the Witcher storm. Yes, it was. Got heavy snow. Oh my gosh, we didn't get any snow. I haven't had any snow. I don't know whether we had snow at the beginning of the year. Was there snow? Yes, it definitely was Margaret Hamilton. Riding on a broomstick. Yeah. Oh, you had hail. Yes, you had hail everywhere. It was so haily. Hail all over the place. Hail. So, there's 7 of us, including me. Loads of people here hanging out because it's New Year's. What are you doing? Not going anywhere. There's an uptick of things happening in the world that you don't want to really go and mingle with. So it's probably best nice and safe and hopefully warm wherever you are. Obviously, if you're watching this, you've got electricity and internet and some sort of device. So we're all up on, we're doing very well indeed. We are the chosen few. We are the ones that have got things that we can join each other and commingle, is that a thing? And be together as one. La. So what has been happening this year? Right, so I mentioned some of the highlights, the media highlights. What else has happened? There was The Witcher, wasn't there? I didn't realise. I started watching the last but one series of The Witcher, is it? At some point, like travelling back and forth from London and Wales and stuff on the because the National Express is the internet's patchy, so I thought I better just make sure I download some. When I still had Netflix at the beginning of the year. I've got it again, so now I can watch the end of it. I hadn't. Yes, we are the chosen few. We are the chosen few. We are together now. We are here, and now, and it's yeah. So I just yesterday went, I didn't finish seeing that, did I? So I finished seeing it. I was like, okay. Whoa, there's a cliffhanger. So the next one will be next year or the year after. I don't even know anymore because there was all the strikes this year, wasn't there? That wasn't very good for the people that had to suffer the strikes, and in a way, not good for us because we won't see anything. Good that we were solidarity and everything with the striking people, but it means that there's not going to be much media. What it is, we have to cling on to. It's like, what did we get? Oh, so there's going to be either a lot of slapdash stuff that's strung together quickly, or stuff that was still in development is just ready to go, or stuff that's going to be a long time in the future. So make the most of everything, I think. It's, you know, oh, I watched a TikTok from some guy that was like, there's no cost of living crisis, there's no problem. It's like, you just have to find your own income, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, what the? And then I found one of his other TikToks, which was recommending people download copyrighted TV and movies and clip them up on YouTube and then make $10,000 from other people's movies. It's like, well, I suppose there is no cost of living crisis for criminals. Criminals! No! Do not do crime. Crime doesn't pay. Well, clearly it does pay, but it shouldn't pay. And that's the important thing. Unfortunately, it does. But you shouldn't do it. It's bad and bad and bad. Don't do crime, folks. So, yeah. People are... I don't know what to say about this year. It's been very much it's a mix of rubbish and all right, you know, I don't know what is going to happen in I've just been sort of like oh, I got an air fryer. I didn't get any Christmas presents really because I was like, I don't know what to have. I got some socks. I've got lots of socks now. So I've got socks. I did at one point only have like a big pile of odd socks. It's like they don't match up, but I sort of went through them in the process of moving and stuff. So now I've got a lot of socks because I threw away all the ones that I definitely couldn't find the other ones too. And probably, I was like, yeah, I've probably thrown away several pairs, but I was just like, if I can't find the pair easily, it's just a bit. But now I've got so many socks. So I didn't get anything except a pair of socks for Christmas, and that's fine. I got other people presents, and that's fine. But because I'd mentioned I'd like an air fryer. Air fryer is good, Mum. And she's cleared a space, which soon got uncleared because that's what happens. If you clear a space, then nature abhors a vacuum, so it got filled with stuff. But I cleared it again and said, let's get an air fryer. I'm sure we can. And they're like, we can get it to you. We can get it for you as a Christmas present. I'm like, well, it's not really for me, but yeah. So it's my Christmas present. It's the air fryer that is not really for me, but I like them. So I cooked some vegetables, roast potatoes and roast sweet potatoes and roast carrots in it today, and I've christened it with that. Yum. So that was good. So that was, woo, that's a new thing for me. Hooray for me. I've got an air fryer. Woo! And it's got a dehydrator as well. I don't know what I'm going to dehydrate. I could dehydrate I don't know. I could if I wanted to, and that's the important thing. We got a new toaster because the toaster broke. It's a four toasters. You can put 4 pieces of toasty things in it. And I've asked my dad whether he can use the ones that are closest to the window so I can save the other one for non-wheaty things. Because the problem was my mother had put some crisp breads in the toaster that they had, which was already very full of crumbs, that the crumbs had stuck to it, that does have a little thing at the bottom to take the crumbs out, and it sort of burst into flames really. It wasn't good. So then it sort of worked for a couple of days, and then it just decided, nah, I remember what you did to me with that crisp bread. So that's not good. And obviously things in the world, not great. Not great at all. Lots of bad things happening in the world. I'm sure you know what they are. If you're watching this in the future, then it's probably in the history books by now. Probably. But other things that have happened. So over Christmas, you might have seen I put a little TikTok short up about how I was trying to coax the neighbourhood cat. It was the neighbour's cat. And to come inside, and I was going meow, because that's apparently how you attract a cat. It wasn't. Gave it some food. It liked that. I thought, ooh, we'll bring it in for Christmas. Now I didn't. My mum felt very ill on Friday. She's fine now. It's good. So we were a bit, but she usually feeds this cat and looks after it. Now I saw the cat out the window. I was like, oh, the cat wants feeding. So I went out because we couldn't get it to come in, because I talked to the neighbour, and the neighbour said it's always been an outdoor cat. It was a stray, and it's really, and it fights a lot. It's like, okay, and it doesn't like coming in the house apparently. So okay, so it's sort of living in a greenhouse that we've got at the bottom of our garden and underneath a car and things like that. And apparently it likes it. I don't know whether it does, but it's probably a bit of a scaredy cat, really, because my dad was trying to feed it and he had his walking stick and it ran away because it's a traumatized cat, let's be honest. So I, knowing all this, I thought it could do with a nice comfy bed. So I got a lot of towels and I was like, this is a nice comfy towel. I'm going to fold it up and I'm going to put it in there and it can have a nice comfy bed. But first of all, I fed it, and I fed it with some leftovers and some nice food, and it ate it. And I went back up to get the comfy bed. I was like, I'm doing a good thing for this cat. And I laid it down, and I tried to persuade it, and I sort of picked it up. Nothing happened. It was fine. And so it was there, and it let me stroke its head. But it was like looking at me, like, where's more food? It wanted more food. And I knew that it wanted more food, but I was like, no, look, I've got you a bed. And I was stroking its head and everything, and it's a very scabby cat. Stroking its head, and all of a sudden, it just bit me on the hand. And I was like, it sort of did slightly break the skin there, and it turns out maybe there as well. So I was like, oh, and I didn't. Obviously, the cat didn't know better, so I was just like, oh, and I blame myself. And then I tried to feed the cat more food, and it just hissed at me. So I waited until it went out of the where was it? Wherever it is, it's sort of a greenhouse. It's made of not even perspex. It's just like plastic stuff that's draped over a frame. It's not really a very good greenhouse. So I waited until it went out and put more food for it, and then just left it to it. It's like, I'm done with you, cat. It's called Indy, which is coincidentally, other people have cats called Indy, the same colour as this Indy. But this Indy is vicious and traumatised, and it's my fault. I shouldn't have gone near it, but now I'm in pain and now. And also, it's a weekend, and it's far away from anywhere that I can get treatment. I've had a lot of bites. I've had like rat bites and dog bites and everything. I've got stung by thorns, and also I've had a lot of tetanus shots, so I'm hoping that all the tetanus shots I've had over the years. Oh, I also cut my finger on when I was making dinner. I thought I'd have a dinner party when I was at college, and I cut my finger with it was a sort of blunt knife. I think I was trying to cut a passion fruit, and it went straight through, and it sort of festered for a bit, and then I had a tetanus shot for that, and a little sort of this is the only time I've ever had a stitch. And also over Christmas dinner, I was trying to cut a potato, so I cut myself there. So I'm all covered in cuts, really. So that's not great. Yes, I'm sorry about the crabby cat too. So I'm like hoping for the best. I've covered myself in antibacterial gel and an antiseptic, and I'm hoping that nothing worse will come of this. But I'm like a bit scared about parasites and stuff like that. Talking which, Saltburn, did you see that? A lot of people are saying that's a bit of a parasite rip-off. Is this like, no, because it's a rip-off of Morris and also Brideshead Revisited and Kind Hearts and Coronet and little bit Parasite. Obviously, Entertaining Mr. Sloan. Also, it's a little bit like Talented Mr. Ripley. And there's all sorts of references to classical mythology. So that's what it is. That's all it is. And there was also a thing about somebody that pretended to be rich, but he was actually poor, and it's sort of the other way around. So there's other things. I'm not saying I hated the film. I didn't hate the film. I did not like the film. I didn't do anything. I just watched the film and went, ah. And there were certain scenes that everybody's talking about. They go, boo, the bath, boo. I was like, which bath scene are you talking about? There's more than one. I know the one you mean, but they're all pretty, yeah. So, bath. And also, was there a twist? Because it wasn't really, it's like, oh, wait till, I was like, there's probably going to be a twist to this. Because I was watching the first sort of Brideshead Revisited Morris 45 minutes. And I was like, there better be a twist. And I wouldn't say it was a twist. I would just say it was a natural progression of the way it is. So that's a bit of a spoilery review, but not really, because I've not actually told you anything about it. Except there's other things that you can go, oh, it's a bit like that. Oh, it's a bit like that. It's a bit like that. It's definitely a bit like that. There was Mother Love? I don't know. There was a thing with Diana Rigg that that she poisoned her whole family in, that was from the early 90s. It's called Mother Love, and it was like, she seemed like a nice old lady, but she was actually from the Game of Thrones. She actually did play the same part, more or less, in Game of Thrones, because that's what happened. If you've seen Game of Thrones, also a spoiler. So yeah, Diana Rigg in that. That was called, it called Mother Love? I can't, it probably wasn't. Something to do with a mother. Anyway, so it's a bit like that as well. Other things might apply. So yeah, so that, watch that. It's on Amazon Prime, which I've got a month's trial to, and I probably will. So I've been making the most of that. That's how I got the air fryer and all the stuff. I had to order my own Christmas presents. Right, didn't have to pay for it, so fine. But it was through my Amazon account, so I knew what I was getting because it's already gone Christmas anyway. Anyway, so yeah, got lots of new stuff and watched some things. And Doctor Who, obviously, we've gone through Doctor Who. Have I seen you have I talked to you since Doctor Who? I probably have. Have I? The Church on Ruby Road, did you see that? Did I talk to people since then? I've lost track of the time. There wasn't a Doctor Who this week. It's like, oh no! Instead, we got The Masked Singer, which is exactly the same as Doctor Who. No, it's not. Nothing like Doctor Who! Can you guess who the people are? Yes. Some people in it dressed in costumes and singing Happy New Year to you, Keon. Yes, so I think, yes, I think you're right, Stephanie. I think the cat probably appreciated it. Hopefully, that the bed it liked the food. It enjoyed the food. And it was like, give me food, go away. It was like, it seemed to like being stroked until it didn't. And that's the thing of the world. And also, it is a sort of a life lesson learned. That you can think that somebody wants something, or that you should, this is what's best for this person, and you're trying to help them, and you give them stuff that they don't want. And then they attack you, and they're vicious, and they're like, why did you do that for me? And you go, oh, so ungrateful. It's like they weren't asking for it in the first place. You thought that was best for them. They actually just wanted some food and to be left alone. So yes. Look, if you get the wrong thing for somebody, then it's worse than getting nothing for somebody. Because that's, say they wanted something and you got them something that wasn't quite what they wanted. It wasn't quite right. Like, there's a lot of YouTube videos and TikTok videos and whatever videos about little kids getting slightly the wrong thing. Like, there's this little kid that got a PS5 or 6 or whatever the PSs are now. And he actually wanted a gaming computer. So he was like, but I wanted a gaming computer. And they were like, ooh, we thought you'd be happy. It's like, he didn't want it. It's like, yeah, I'm grateful. But he's probably been spending a year going, I want a gaming computer. And they're obviously rich enough to have got him that because they got him a PS whatever, which is not cheap. So it probably is a lot more for it. I don't know what a gaming computer is. Like, whatever. They didn't get it to him. It would have been better off just going, we can't get you that. We're poor. Sorry. You don't get that. Be grateful. And he would have gone, oh, I understand. It's bad. But he was all set up for expecting it, and he didn't get it. Like, my brother wanted, back in the day, he wanted, not an X. I think he might have wanted an Xbox or an Atari or an Amstrad or something. And they got him a 250k ZX Spectrum. And he was like, no! And then he wanted a drum machine No, he didn't want a drum machine. He wanted an actual drum, but they got him a drum machine. That's right. And he didn't want that. So he was like, no. And it's like, everyone's like, show you that. But I never got anything anyway. He used to get lots of things. And I really didn't get that many good presents, to be honest. And I was just like, oh well. Like, 1 year, I always wanted a girl's world, which is this head that the hair grows on it and you put makeup on it, and they're like, no, we're not getting. So I was like, and 1 year my gran said, I've got you what you wanted, and I'm like, am I finally going to get a girl's world? I'm a bit old for it now, I think, but I would like that. And she's like, oh, you've been talking about it for a while. I'm like, I'm going to get a girl's world. And even though the desire for that had passed, I was like, that'd still be nice, and it's something I've talked about. She got me a manicure set. I remember it was in a little packet, a manicure set. And I was like, And obviously, I didn't show much enthusiasm, and I was confused because I'd never asked for a manicure set, and I had no desire for a manicure set. At one point, I was buying like cheap nail varnishes, so maybe if it had been cheap nail varnish, I would have gone, yay! But it was a manicure set. I was like, oh, okay. And then she got really angry at me, and everybody got really angry at me for not being really grateful for getting this massive, amazing present. It was like, it wasn't a massive, amazing present. It was rubbish. Yes, I should buy. I don't even know whether girls' worlds exist. They're not the same as they were anyway, if they do exist. I think you can get like hairdressing training heads, maybe, but they're quite expensive. I could get one. I could do what I wanted now, but it's not the point. It's like when you're telling somebody that's what they're going to get, and they don't get it, then it's massively more disappointing than if you never told them they were going to get that before. I've got deja vu now. I'm like, why am I getting massive deja vu? I don't know whether it's telling this story or just like I've got flashbacks of things. What? Yeah, it's like not that. It's like, what, do you know? It's not really deja vu. It's like when I get this, it's like, and then I know what's going to happen next, and I get a whole series of events and all stuff that's going to happen in the future and things that have happened, and it's It's never actually is what's going to happen in the future. It's not like I'm a psychic or anything like that. It's just like, what? That's a bit weird. It's some sort of spasm in my brain, maybe. So yes, it is the end of 2023, and it's nearly the start of 2024, and you are here with me. So I expect that your lives are about as full as mine, which is not that full, to be honest, and I don't know what I'm going to do. I wasn't disinvited to a party. It's just that somebody said, "Hey, do you want to come? Do you want to come and have a New Year's Eve celebration?" Yes, I went immediately, and that's the last I heard of that. So who even knows where they're having a special, lovely party, and I haven't been invited because I didn't hear anything more. Maybe that was just an implicit, well, you know where, I don't know where they live. I have no idea where this party, if it even exists, would be, whether they're even in the country at the moment. But the fact that they said, they set me, I didn't really want to go and do a party. I was like, yes. And I was like, oh, that'll be something different. It's a bit of a faff. It's quite hard to get anywhere with public transport in this area. It's expensive and it's dark. It's very infrequent. It stops at about 4 o'clock. It doesn't go where you want it to go, so I'd have to get 3 or 4 buses to get to anywhere. So I was like, yeah, that would have been a horrible faff to get to, but it's something, isn't it? It's something different. But no, here I am with you, which is much better. There's eight of you, so there's 9 of us now. So that's a huge party. Many more people that would have been to the New Year's party that I didn't get to go to anyway. So yeah. Who wanted to go to a stinking party anyway? So yeah. So in conclusion, don't help people if they don't want to be helped. You are Legion. There's thousands of you. You are. Oh, it's just like Legion. 1,000 of you all fighting for your lives to party, your rights to party, your life. Right. Legionnaires' disease. Yeah, let's not get that. That would be terrible. Oh, gosh, what is to come in 2024? There is a cost of living crisis, let's be honest. And there's horrible, terrible things in the world. Let's be honest. So there must be something good to look forward to. Yeah, Doctor Who in May. That's a long way in the future. What will happen between now and then? Who even knows? Who even knows? And even more worrying, I found out that there's a possibility, quite a long shot of a possibility, but a possibility that we're going to get hit by an asteroid in 2034. So it's like, oh, great. So that's something to look forward to then. Yay. But the excitement just before, it's like, oh, well. And everyone will do all the things that they've been holding off doing for all that time. Woohoo! So it's nearly 2024, unless you're watching this in the future. Yes. Exactly. We are not passing on anything. We are just passing on the joy of life. We are here. We are here. Let's celebrate that we are here. And we are very, very much having fun. Having lots and lots and lots your own entertainment till then. But yes, reset and reload, Karen. Yes, reset and reload. We will, in a good way, obviously, in like a film camera way. We will reload the film camera. That's what I'm talking about. We will have lots of fun. I've got to really work it all out. Maybe I'll go to Edinburgh. I don't know. I haven't worked it out yet. Maybe I'll do something exciting. Maybe I'll find a life of some sort. Maybe I'll be in Doctor Who. I think that's unlikely, but who even knows? Do you? We could do anything that we wanted to do. We could be heroes. Just for one day. New music to make, yeah. We could have fun, 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 fun. We could have so much fun. It would be lovely. And yeah, what can I do? What should I do? What could I do? What will I do? I don't know. Because the money I've been making at this the last couple of weeks, not very much money, is from playing little online games that give you pennies. You play them all day and you get a penny towards an Amazon voucher. It's like, whoa, so I could have paid for my own air fryer almost. A fraction of it anyway. It takes quite a lot. It's like after working on playing these stupid little games for 3 or 4 months, it's like £25. Whoa, that's really going to pay the bills. Wow. Go me. Well, it might get me another month or two of Amazon Prime. But can you use the Amazon vouchers for Amazon Prime? Maybe not. Anyway, who even knows? I'm going to cancel it just after Christmas anyway. Sorry, Amazon. Yeah. I was just waiting until I got that trial. It's just like, soon, yay! As soon as, yes, I will. I have the trial. Free for a month. Yay! And then what? And it means that I got to see Saltburn. Woohoo! What else is there, though? Is the boys coming back? Possibly. Haven't seen My Policeman yet with Harry Styles. My mum saw Harry Styles. She keeps seeing Harry. She's going, who is he, though? Who is he? I don't know who he is. I'm like, oh, he's been in lots of stuff and stuff. So maybe I'll let go. That's My Policeman. And she'll go, oh, all right. And we'll watch that. And she'll go, I still don't know who he is. And I'll go, all right, fair enough, whatever. He's Harry Styles. How do you not know who One Direction's he's not been in that for quite a long time, has he? It's like, yeah, Harry Styles. One of the most famous pop star in Harry Styles' vicinity is him. Yeah. She doesn't know who very many people are, but who knows who, you've got no reason for knowing. That's another thing about discourse. Like, there was a thing about how Robbie Williams is not famous in America. I was like, is he not? He's not that famous here anymore, but he was really bigly famous for quite a long time. I was like, he must have charted in America. No, apparently not. He had a minor hit with Angels, but he didn't chart with it. Oh, I thought, nobody knows who Robbie Williams is, and Robbie Williams is quite big. He had, yes, I think it was Angels, but everyone has forgotten that, and it's been a while, and jokes and stuff to write, exactly. And we must do things in the future that are good. No, this is it, because, you think you're famous, but you're not. So you think you're great, but you're not. You think everything's great, and everything's good, and your life is going swimmingly, but it's not. Unless it is. So well done you. But not everybody. Even if you're massively famous, you're not going to be massively famous to everyone. Like Harry Styles, quite a big deal. Does my mother know who he is? No. And I'm sure my mother isn't the only one that doesn't know. Because it's a certain that my parents like going, oh, don't know that. Who's that? To a lot of people, it's like, who's that? It's like, well, if you're seeing them, then you're seeing them. That's enough. But they're probably not your demographic, really. It's like, Billie Eilish, who's that? It's like, Billie Eilish is not aimed at you, Dad. You're 83 years old. I don't think that that's really who she's trying to appeal to be honest. Not being ageist or anything, but probably not the demographic, ideally. No, Blurb. Oh, song 2. Yeah, song 2. Woohoo! Oh, woohoo! Yes, that's copyright free because doesn't sound anything like it. Yeah. Well, that's a long time into Blur's career. That song too was. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't have thought that was the biggest song, but I mean, Country House was in competition with Oasis, so that got, it was like, whoa, fighting out. Country House is not their best song, but probably their biggest song in terms of that they had a false, stupid, not real rivalry with Oasis. Everyone's like, oh, you have to like Blur or Oasis, and I'm like, I don't mind either, but to be honest, I prefer Pulp. Talking of Saltburn, yes. Not talking about Saltburn, but there is a Pulp reference in there, Pulp, but not in the same way. Yeah. She came from Greece. She had a thirst for knowledge. She studied music at St. Martin's College. Yeah. Anyway, Park Life. Yes, Park Life. Exactly. So it all comes round, isn't it? Common People. Yeah, Common People's probably one of the biggest ones. But I think that with the William Shatner version of Common People, yeah, is probably the biggest hit of them. Yeah. Did you? Oh, I'm not sure I know any of their songs. I know I have heard of them, but it's like there's a lot of people I know are famous. I know are famous because you're telling me they're famous. For instance, somebody said Rita Ora. She's not really well known for her singing so much. She's a celebrity. It's like, why is Rita Ora a thing? It's like, Rita Ora is a celebrity. It's like, and I thought, I must know a Rita Ora song. You're right. I'm thinking, So I looked her up, and she's been making music for like 13 years or something. So I was like, I must know some of her songs. I know songs. I know modern songs from modern people. I do. I'm actually keep up with the trends and all sorts, even though I'm an old person. But I was like, Rita Ora, what are these songs? And I listened to some of these songs, and I was like, I don't have any recollection of these songs, and they're not sticking in my mind now that I'm listening to them. And I've got nothing against you, Rita Ora, but yeah, maybe somebody had a point. But, she's still famous. But there's lots of other people that I know that they're famous because I've been told that they're famous. But I don't really have any reference of their actual work. They're famous because I'm told that they're famous. Interesting. But not everybody is, not everybody still knows who they are. But I know who they are, but not really any engagement with their products or whatever. It's interesting, isn't it? I don't know. Whereas I'm not famous at all, but I know who I am, so I'm famous to me. I'm famous to me, and that's all that points, isn't it? Paris Hilton. Yeah, Paris Hilton, that's so hard. That's so hard. Well, I don't know. I can't do Paris Hilton. But, yeah, Paris Hilton's famous because she's rich. Basically, she does other things, but she's got a... thank you, Keon. You are famous to me because I know who you are. I know who all you are, so you are as famous as me, and we are not there. We're not very famous, any of us. Let's be honest, but thank you very much anyway. But, strangely, though, I have been spotted from these videos. Like, somebody recognised me from a vegetable video in Edinburgh once when I was doing a gig, and they're like, I know you from somewhere. Where is it? It's like, have you seen? Yes. And recently, somebody that works for Weatherman Walking, who's actually the Children's Laureate Poet for Wales, went, I know your face. And I was like, do you? He's like, I do, because he's actually working for Weatherman Walking. He's watching things on YouTube about this area which is Wales, in Wales. So I made films, I like little walking videos of Wales. So he'd seen me in those. So, I mean, it was specifically because he was looking for something that would help him with his job. But he recognised me. So that's fun, isn't it? Yes, that was nice. But whether it gets me anywhere, that's another thing. Who knows? Maybe Russell T Davies has seen one of my walking videos and goes, oh, let's put you on. He's put Davina McCall on. He's put loads of people on. So Russell T Davies put me on Doctor Who. I'll be anything you want me to be. I've been in things, like actual things, and I'm a member of Equity. I am a member of Equity, and I'm on Spotlight. It's not like I haven't done things. Haven't done things for a while, but I still could. Yeah, I deserve a laureate. That's very nice. Anyway, maybe I'll get one. Who even knows what the future may bring? It's the new day, a new dawn, and we're feeling good, and everything's good. So, that's good. It will soon be another year. Unless you're watching this in the middle of a year, in which it will soon be another minute. Whatever. And so, have a lovely, happy new year. Or a happy new Tuesday or Wednesday or whatever day it is, and enjoy yourself because it's later than you think, and have a lovely, lovely time. Oh, did they? Yeah, that's it. See, I might even be more famous than Rita Ora. I'm not more famous than Rita Ora, but I've seen, maybe, who knows. Happy New Year, happy, happy days, and happy, 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 happy. Joy, 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 happy, happy. I will see you next week, and have a good one. Yay! Be cool.